Hey there Digidustin, this is Tepid with Gordo's Games, and today we have a special video, a guide covering the archetypes you'll be seeing with Digimon's 11th booster, Dimensional Phase. Now before we get started, I want to preface that this is not a tier list, and that there's a range of strength coming out of this set. And while there are some that are stronger than others, BT11 presents some strategies with great synergy and awesome potential. The first strategy I want to talk about is Marsmon and Phoenixmon combo, which focuses around red aggro and tamer spam. On the Marsmon side, the first signpost common is Bearmon, a rookie who grants a 3k DP buff as an inherit whenever this Digimon switches its attack target. 3k DP is a phenomenal buff, and with the BT6 Demi Marimon egg you can make that 4000 DP off the bat. It gets even better with Grizzlymon, a 5k DP champion who grants the same bonus, making for a total of 7k DP. Grizzlymon is also our first card with the brand new charge mechanic, formerly known as Raid, which lets you switch a Digimon's attack target to an opponent's unsuspended Digimon with the highest DP. Now while this is immediately evocative of the inherited BT8's Metal Greymon, just with limitations, there's some versatility here. Since charge says unsuspended Digimon if your opponent swings with a higher DP threat, you can use this to snipe off weaker utility Digimon like memory blockers. Next up is Grapleomon, which serves as the deck's level 5, both with charge as an ability, and an inherit to trash an opponent's security when redirecting, but the big payoff is Marsmon. Marsmon is a 12k Mega who evos for 4 but combines charge with an on-evo Blitz, and an ability to gain 1 memory for each red tamer you have in play when switching attack targets. This can allow you to get a turn right back after your big swing. The red tamer synergies foreshadows the other half of the deck, Bird Tribal, the first indicator of which is Biomon, who searches for red vaccine Digimon, which encompasses both lines, and red tamers while gaining memory. Birdramon and Garudamon are less exciting, featuring blocker and on-deletion effects to play out red tamers, but the other side of the deck pays off in Phoenixmon, who has the ability to on-deletion or once per turn when an opponent loses security to play out a Digimon. The Digimon can be 3k DP or less, and can come from the types Bird, Avian, Beast, 4 Sovereign, or Animal, and for each red tamer you have in play you can add 2k to that range. This lets you drop those blockers from earlier, making them slightly better, but Phoenixmon is definitely the less interesting end of the spectrum. Finally, there's a Kihorindo, a 3-cost tamer who searches for vaccine Digimon, and when you do play a Digimon from Phoenixmon's list, by effect it gains Rush. While this is a fine combination of effects, Digimon is reaching a point where tamers that do not have the ability to gain memory in some form or fashion become more underwhelming, and with the niche nature of the strategy, she could have been more pushed. Some key cards from older sets for this strategy include Hero for buffs and retention, Tai and Kari for memory plussing and DP reduction, and Sunrise Buster as a nice field wipe. Moving on, Shoutmon is back and ready to fill the gaps from Shoutmon Cross 4's banning. The first card is Shoutmon and Star Sword, a red-yellow rookie who can evo off a yellow for 1 and a red level 3 for 0, or Digicross his Shoutmon and Starmons to reduce his 5 play cost down to potentially 3. Coming with Material Save 1, naming both his components, he can also on play reduce an opponent's Digimon by 3k DP, and then deletes a 2k DP or less Digimon if he Digicrossed with 2 cards. While not the most competitive, it's a nice option to have, but the big hit is Shoutmon Cross 3, a level 4 with a 7 play cost and 3 evo cost from red or yellow. He can also Digicross 2 from Shoutmon, Ballistamon, and Dorulumon, letting you reduce him down to 1 cost, and on play you reveal 3 cards off the top, adding 2 Cross Hearts or Blue Flare to your hand. Finally, at the start of your turn you can pop him for 1 memory, which can let you save, then recycle the pieces to swing again. Shoutmon Cross 3 serves to plug the gaps from the Cross 4 banning, so that Cross Hearts players don't have to default to less powerful cards like Shoutmon King. One of the greatest strengths of Cross Hearts was going into Cross 4 over and over again, running into your opponent's security, having it die, and then getting the pieces right back to do it again. Shoutmon Cross 3 lets you replicate this, albeit just a little bit less powerful than Cross 4 was. Next is Omni Shoutmon, a piece of support who can warp for 4 from a Shoutmon, and as an alternative Digivolution text lets you do Enrazing, an upgrade from the older Omni Shoutmon from BT5. He can also evo for 3 from a blue level 4 Digimon, or red Digimon, which is another indication of the potential synergies with Blue Flare. Finally, he can Digicross in place of Shoutmon, which makes him exceedingly flexible. On Digivolution, you can delete an opponent's Digimon with 4k DP or less, or 2 4k DP Digimon if Shoutmon is in its sources. He can also save on deletion, which lets him use his Shoutmon functionality later. This further ties into his inherit, which is a security +1 if he has Shoutmon in the name, and this can carry over to any of the current Shoutmon combinations. It can also carry over to the new Shoutmon DX, a 12k DP level 6 who can evo for 4 from a red level 5 or 3 from a blue level 6, and comes treated as Omni Shoutmon and Z Greymon, his Digicross components which reducing by 3 each and can material save both of those on deletion. On play you can delete an opponent's Digimon with 8k DP or less, and then stop one of your opponent's Digimon from attacking until the end of turn. Finally, at the end of attack, you can delete him to gain a memory. While a more niche card, there is some application of one copy, however he is overshadowed by the deck's marquee level 6, Shoutmon Cross 7. Cross 7 is a 14 to play, 13k DP level 6 that can evo for 6 from a red level 5 or 4 from a blue level 6. It has Rush and can Digicross reducing by 2 if using Omni Shoutmon, Z-Greymon, Ballistamon, Darulumon, Starmons, and Sparrowmon, for a potential reduction of 12 memory with a full cross. He has Material Save 4 if he dies, and on play delete one of your opponent's Digimon with DP less than or equal to his DP. For every 2 cards in his own sources, he also buffs by 1k DP. Cross 7 is a powerhouse that can absolutely turn the game around for Cross Hearts, and this isn't even considering all the inherits he'll be picking up from the myriad Digimon he cross with. He serves as the marking point that splits Cross Hearts into 2 strategies, a lower end curve and a build that tries to get to Cross 7 who is very worth building around. If building the lower end, a less invested payoff exists in Mervamon, an 11 to play 12k DP level 6 who evos for 4 from a level 5 purple or level 5 black Digimon. She can Digicross reducing by 3 with any one Cross Hearts trait Digimon, and can access the trash for this cross, letting you get reduction even if you've lost your board and tamers. On play or when Digivolving, you can play a level 4 purple Digimon or any level 4 lower Cross Hearts from trash for free up to 2 if you're Digicrossing with her. And all turns she gives your Cross Hearts or Retaliation Digimon Rush and Blocker. Mervamon does so much to offset her reduced play cost of 8 memory and is a powerful tool for defense and positioning for a win if she survives turn rotation. She's also bringing Ignitemon, a 4 to play purple rookie who can evo for 0 from a level 2 with Cross Hearts and traits. On the attack, you can delete one of your other Digimon to delete a Digimon with less than or equal to level that an opponent controls, and has an inherit to gain 1 memory when you play a Digimon by effect. This has obvious synergies with Mervamon, making her cost 1 less by proxy, and 7 is much more reasonable of an ask than 8. While many thought Cross Hearts was dead in the water, with bannings, these new tools serve to inject serious life into the strategy, and give it an increased build diversity from how it was in BT10. The last BT11 archetype we're going to talk about this video is UlforceVeedramon, a fan favorite that's finally receiving legs this set. The first piece is a Vmon who can on play let you look at the top 3, adding any Veedramon card and any blue tamer to hand. His inherit lets you gain a memory when playing a blue tamer, both effects forming a solid rookie who not only competes with other Vmon, but is also more focused towards Ulforce. His Veedramon companion lets you draw 1 when playing a blue tamer and gains a memory just like his Vmon. While not hyper impressive card, it's solid enough to join the Veedramon from Star Deck 8 as an on-trive level 4. Arrow Veedramon fills in the 5 slot, and once per turn you can suspend him to reveal the top 3, adding all blue tamers to hand. This would leave him a bit disappointing, but he's saved by the inherit, which when attacking lets you activate Arena Shinomiya on play effect. Now while Old Arena was a fine card, granting 1000 DP and doing a search on play, Arrow is best used with the new Secret Rare Arena, who on play grants a Vmon or Veedramon blocker and evade until the end of turn. This isn't where Arena ends. All turns when one of your Digimon with Veedramon in name becomes suspended, you can suspend her to activate one of its when Digivolving effects. She also gains a memory once per turn when a blue Digimon you control unsuspends. Now while there is a new UlforceVeedramon, Rena has a specific synergy with the up until now ignored UlforceVeedramon 0. 0 on Digivolve lets you unsuspend him and a tamer at the cost of recycling 3 non-Digi-Egg cards back to the deck from trash. This lets you attack for as many times as you have 3 in trash, which is extremely potent. While not exactly an OTK, it's a major consideration when deck building, but if you wish to play things more straightforward, there's the new UlforceVeedramon. At 12 to play, 4 to evo, and 12k DP, Ulforce has an on-Digivolve to play 1 blue tamer from your hand without paying its cost. Furthermore, when you play a blue tamer, unsuspend him, and once per turn when he becomes unsuspended, bounce level 3 your opponent controls back to the hand, raising the potential level by 1 for each blue tamer you control. This is a bevy of effects and exceedingly tuned, and while not getting as many attacks as his 0 counterpart, he can definitely present multiple swings with his synergies, especially with Rena. Ulforce has always been on the outs, but with these new tools, the deck can finally keep up with the meta. If you find yourself with the elusive Secret Rare Arenas, it's definitely worth building. Now BT11 has a lot more going on than these 3 archetypes, but they're the 3 I really wanted to talk about. There's also the new Blue Flare, Galactamon, and Black Wargreymon X strategies, which we have profiles up for on the channel and linked below in the description. Sometime next week I'll be dropping a part 2 in order to talk about the rest of the set. But my question for our viewers is, what content would you like in the lead up to BT11? Please let us know below, and thank you for supporting the channel as we go into the new year. As always, thank you for watching, and stay safe.